Overcoming adversity in business. If you're in small business, solopreneur, all the way to publicly traded, this is one of the few guarantees I will make. You will face adversity. A week or so ago, I was in New York preparing with a leadership team that I've been working with for a long time to ring the bell. And at the very last minute, it didn't happen. Talk about adversity. Well, I'm going to go through and I'll tell you the 5 specific things you need to think about when you're dealing with adversity. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. All right, so if you're in small business, large business, doesn't really matter. The one guarantee is you are going to face adversity. This adversity could come in the form of COVID. It could be external factors, it could be internal factors, it could be cash flow, it could be, politics, all sorts of crazy things. But the one true guarantee is that you will have to face adversity. And through adversity, this is where we actually become stronger, and often it's our opportunity to shine. But it's also areas where sometimes people really fall flat and they end up digging in, or they'll fail at it. So when it comes to adversity, in this particular case, when I was with this team, everything was set. We had people literally had flown in from around the world to celebrate. They had rented the top floor of the the World Trade Center, the entire floor, for a big party. And the day before, the SEC said, nah, we're going to change the rules on you, which my own personal opinion is completely inappropriate, and they shouldn't have done it, but they did. And we're gonna have to, you have to keep doing some more things. So I was like, okay. And they're doing everything they can. They did everything legally and right, but this came up and bit them in the ass. So at that point, things could have gone, in my opinion, one of 3 ways. 1, they could have become victims. Oh, poor us. 2, they could have become very bitter and angry and gone after him, which might have felt better for a little while. Or 3, they were able to come together as a team, one team, one voice, one vision, unify, and oh my God, they did, and it was beautiful. So the 5 steps when I'm advising people on that you go through when you're dealing with adversity is the first thing. When something happens, whoa, just take a step back and breathe, chill, relax. Take a minute and just let everything process. It is so easy, particularly for hard-driving entrepreneurs, to get into reactionary mode where things go in and be like, ooh, what do we do? So that very first step is make sure that you take a step back and just breathe. The second is identify who are the stakeholders involved. Do you have internal people, external people? Do we have board members? Do we have suppliers? Who are the people involved? And really start to understand exactly who are the specific players. So the first thing, take a step back, breathe, don't react. Second step, identify the players that are involved. Third, with these players, go through and define success. You wave a magic wand, what is the success that could happen? So as an example, this group could have gone completely ballistic, and you know what? They would have got support on Twitter for a few days, I think. But they'd end up making an enemy of the SEC, and I don't know that that's a good idea. It's just not smart, and it wasn't the adult thing to do. And they ended up choosing to go the right direction, which was fantastic. So once we end up, though, defining what it is we want to do, what does success look like? We've defined A, we've taken that breath. B, we've defined our stakeholders. C, we're clearly defining what success looks like for each one of those stakeholders. And then the next step is, let's build a plan. Once we build that plan, well, okay, now we know where we want to go. We've defined success. We back into what is it going to take to be successful with that plan. And then lastly, the 5th step is execute with ruthless but compassionate consistency and accountability. When you do these things, it's going to allow you to actually rise above things and really define who you are in a very, very different way. But again, one of the only guarantees in this world is that if you're in business, you're going to face adversity. How you choose to do that and how you handle it, it's up to you. Ideally, you found some value with this. Hey, if you did, please like the video. Check us out on our YouTube page. Keep smiling.